Quite the thriller over in East London. Janusz is joining me for this one. Janusz, 5 goals is what we saw as West Ham managed to hold off Leicester City by 3 goals to 2. Oh my goodness, some very nervy moments there at the end. Now, it's a bit of a battle for the top 4 positions there. Both sides had to make a number of changes, Janusz, there, because no Declan Rice, no Michael Antonio for West Ham, no Ayoze Perez, no James Maddison for Leicester City. So what did you think of the game and what made the difference?
Well, I think it's a great story in general, isn't it? I mean, it's not just a bit of a battle for top four. It's a massive one. I mean, we're talking about two managers that if whichever team gets to the top four, I think, they may get a manager of the season, right? I mean, it's easy to talk about Pep and the winning teams, and if he gets it, fine. But if you look at Davy Moyes and, and Brendan Rodgers, they've done an unbelievable job. And West Ham in particular, because they just brought Leicester City back a little bit. They've done the likes of Chelsea and Liverpool, maybe even Everton, a massive favor because now they can chase 2 instead of 1, say if Leicester won that game. So look, for Davy Moyes, this is unbelievable. I think he must be a nervous wreck. I mean, 3-0 against Arsenal, and Arsenal clawed it back, and Wolves, that was 3-2, right? After West Ham led 3-0 as well. And here's the same story. So look, they've got to learn how to manage a game, right? They haven't done it, but in the end, who really cares? It's 3 points, and look where West Ham are. So an incredible story. And on top of that, Alexis, incredible story with Lingard. I mean, look what he's doing. And Kelechi Iheanacho, another, 2 goals for him. That's 7 in the last few games as well. I don't even remember how many Jesse Lingard has scored because he seems to be doing it every game. So, I love those stories, right? If you look at Lingard at Manchester United and the problems he had with his family, with his mom, and obviously the pressure of being at Manchester United, here he comes to West London, to West Ham, I'm sorry, and scoring beautiful goals at that.
That's true. I mean, just sticking a pin with Jesse Lingard there, it's actually 8 goals for him in 9 Premier League appearances. And now all the talk is looking ahead, Janusz, to what's it going to be like for him in the summer and next season. Should Man United recall him back with all guns blazing? But earlier, before that, we spoke to Mark Ogden, our colleague, just last weekend. He has Jesse Lingard in his squad for the Euros. We know England are spoiled for choice in a lot of positions. But now with what you see him doing, is he someone that Gareth Southgate, who was watching this match in the stands, is he someone now that he absolutely has to take?
Well, I think, it's well known that even before this, I mean, he's been scoring at will, as you've said. I think Gareth Southgate likes what he brings to the team, and I think he will be there. You're taking hot players. He's going to have to make some very, very difficult decisions, of course, in that position. Even James Maddison, who once again was not available as well. So some of these decisions are going to be made for him. You look at Grealish, again, not available, although he's trying probably to make sure that he's 100% fit. And here you are, look at Lingard, who's scoring every game. So aside from the fact that Gareth Southgate likes him and what he brings to the team, scoring and having 2 of his rivals, if you will, not being available doesn't hurt him as well. In terms of Manchester United, yeah, why not? It's not like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can look around and say, I have an incredible team right now. And, in order to bring players that know Manchester United, that know the league very well, and paying for them 50, 60, 70 million pounds, you have a player that knows the situation there. He's doing well. So for me, it would be a no-brainer.
And then finally, now I'm looking at the current bigger picture, which is, of course, that big battle, as you rightfully said, for top 4 positions. Looking at the fixtures that both sides have coming up now, Leicester have pretty much what you would describe as probably manageable fixtures up until their last 3 weekends of the Premier League, where they've got they've got Man United, Chelsea, and then Spurs. As for West Ham, the only one in the top 6 that they do have is Chelsea, which is 2 weeks from now. And then everybody else they face is currently outside of the top 6. So how do you see things turning out for both these sides?
Look, I like what West Ham are doing. Look, even as I've mentioned, they're having difficulties in managing games. Part of the reason for that may be they're missing their spine. I mean, for a while, Ogbonna, Declan Rice and Mikel Antonio right down the middle. Very, very important players. And you may be able to recover some of these players. But, you know, players like Jesse Lingard, like Jared Bowen, you know, and many others are stepping up. I mean, if you look at, you know, if you look at Tomas Suchek, we knew how great he was. But look at Vladimir Tsofal. I mean, incredible story. Again, both of those players, Czech, coming from Slavia, doing a great job. And so I like that story about West Ham, that even without their big players, they continue to find ways not just to win, but scoring goals as well, which is very important. Now, conceding, you can get to that, and we've talked about you know, that already. But I like West Ham. Leicester City, again, showing that little bit of a weakness. They're missing players as well. Yeah. But, you know, I think Iheanacho's story is good because he's taken pressure off the team and off of Jamie Vardy, who's now, you know, I think Liverpool was the last game. That's 10 games ago since he scored. So if Jamie Vardy gets back to that and scoring goals, Ayoze Perez gets back to the team, obviously Harvey Barnes will not play for the rest of the season. I like the West Ham story a little bit better. But of course, as I've said, this kind of opens the door to Chelsea, who already quickly forgotten about that loss to West Brom, as we've seen it. Liverpool with a massive last moment win against Villa. Massive, really, season saving. At least they can still hope to get there. So Leicester City, I don't want to say they're doing what they've done last season after the restart, where they really, really gave away the top four. But I'd worry if I'm Brendan Rodgers just a little bit.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.